And what's cool is that, you also kind of enter this whole genre of essentially bringing history to life, with Da Vinci's Demons, Black Sails, and again, bringing a really unique sound to that. Tell us about your kind of, an Outlander, of course.
Yes.
Tell us about the history genre.
Well, this was so fun for me because I was, to a degree, typecast into sort of post-apocalyptic dark dramas, sci-fi and horror. You could even throw, like Defiance, Terminator, Eureka. There was a point when I realized I had done, I think, 5 or 6 television shows which had at least one episode that the premise was there is a robot or an entity that looks like a person that isn't that person and is out to kill you. You know what I mean? And I was like, I've done this so many times. I feel like they wanted me to do the V reboot, and I was like, I can't. My brain is going to explode. You know what I mean? Like, if it's one more, like, it's a beautiful woman, but look at her eyeball. You know what I mean? I'm like, I can't. So David S. Goyer called me about Da Vinci's Demons. This was incredible for me. I was like, oh my God, it takes place in the past. So I dove into it passionately, doing research for what music sounded like at the time. This was a new thing. With Battlestar, with Defiance, or even like with Terminator, there's sort of either I can just draw from anything, or maybe there's somebody else's score I'm drawing from. But Da Vinci, I could draw from something real. And this was fascinating because, I wrote a theme for the Medici family that was actually their theme. Like, no joke. A composer wrote this thing for them that's based on the crest. The family crest has these spheres that go around it, and he had this whole, because they were way into mathematical messages. This was really the beginning of the Renaissance when all these ideas were taking place. Art was becoming more three-dimensional. Music was taking on new meanings. It had polyphony. So I was like, wait, there was this tune. So you're telling me that if you got a time machine and you brought Lorenzo de Medici to watch his show, when his scene came up and his little fanfare would come up, he'd go, oh yeah. That's pretty awesome. You know what I mean? And on Outlander, there was season 2, there was a character, the Comte du Saint-Germain, who was this French villainous kind of suave badass. Well, he was based on a real life guy. The real life guy, he really wanted to be a Renaissance man. He was a composer. So I've been working with this historian on Black Sails and Da Vinci and Outlander, and I was like, I saw on Wikipedia, he's a composer. Did he write stuff? And the guy goes, oh yeah. And I go, can you pull me his greatest hits? And he did, and sure enough, when that character's on screen, you're hearing music he wrote, the real life guy. And I love that. To me, it's such a way to just get inspired. Obviously from there, I bring in soloists and I write, percussion and orchestra that makes me happy. But to have that germination, that starting point with something that's historically accurate is really fun. Let me just quickly then also say for Black Sails, the philosophy was, okay, the score needed to have fit on a pirate ship. Meaning, there's no instrument in the score that you couldn't have brought with you. So there's a string quartet is as orchestral as we ever got. Hurdy-gurdy, mandolin, lutes, some guitars, accordion, penny whistle, percussion, frame drum, and animal bones that this guy Brad Dutz plays. This incredible, this quick patterns. But it was all stuff that you could pick up and take with you on a boat.
Where did this